Hello, all you wonderful people, and welcome to the Fluffy Cow Studio. I'm so glad you popped in today. I like having you come in and watch us. Today, we are going to be making a little Easter Bunny carousel. We're going to start with four little dowels that are 8 and an 1/8 inch long. Two plastic little bowl things or plate things that I got from Dollar Tree in the Dollar Center, and some little bunnies from the Dollar Tree. And we're going to use four of them and two of the plates. Now to start with, this is a pain, but I'm taking some E6000 and I'm going to glue these sticks on, and I have to hold them for a little bit to get them to so they're strong enough that they will stay. And so I just kind of hold it there for a bit, and then when it gets so it will stand up by its own, then I put another one on, and I do this for all four of them. And then I let it sit until it gets really good and dry. Because if I don't let it get good and dry, when I go to put the top plate on top, it will not, it'll just, they'll just keep falling. And after I end up getting them and putting them on and they get good and dry, then I'll go around the very bottoms with some hot glue. Now, I painted these rabbits chocolate bar brown on both sides, and I did two coats. Now I'm taking some nutmeg and I'm going to just draw out an outline of a leg, because in the chocolate candies, you don't really have definite lines, but you do have like little shadows and indications of the detail on them. And I'm just going to blend that in, go over my lines and then blend it. And then I'm going to draw one with the leg in the front. And on this one, I'm just doing the front side because that's the direction the sun's coming, and I just want to define that. Then I'm going to take a little mark and do the chest of the bunny so it looks like the leg is behind. Then I'm just going to draw, and this one's really not necessary because I put some ribbon around the neck. And then I just do the ears, and I'm doing the where the little pink part of the ears would be. And I'm just doing that in the lighter in the nutmeg. And I do this on all four of the bunnies, only on one side. Okay, then I'm going to take my paintbrush and I'm going to take the end of it and I'm going to just dot an eye on there. And then when they get good and dry, I'm going to do a Caribbean blue eye that's a little smaller brush. And then when that gets good and dry, then I'll add a little black pupil. Okay, then I take a little paradise pink and then I paint a little triangle for the nose. And I do two coats on this because the paradise pink is a little lighter and the dark, it just needed two coats. And I'm going to start telling you this first, okay? After my dowels get really dry on the plate, I will add the top plate. And I'm going to turn the top plate both the top plates are going to be the bottom up. And the bottom side is going to be up on the bottom of the tray for the dowels, and then the top tray is going to be bottom up for the dowels on the top. And when they get good and dry, then I'm going to put some hot glue around the edges of them. Then I'm going to take a plastic cup that we got from, or bowl that we got from Dollar Tree in the party section, and there's 4 in a pack. Then I'm going to add a tuna fish can at the bottom of our plate, and then I'm going to glue that onto a wooden box on the bottom, or a piece of wood. Then on the top, very top, I'm going to add a ball that has a flat side to it. I got these at Hobby Lobby years ago. I think they might be a 1 inch or maybe a 1.5 inch ball. But you can do whatever size you want on that. Then I'm going to take some little cardboard and I cut out a little pattern of some teeny tiny eggs, and I'm just going to cut them out, and I made 8 of them. Once I get them cut out, then I am going to cut a little piece of scrapbook paper. I'm doing a blue, a yellow, a pink, and a purple. And I'm going to glue that um, craft paper or scrapbook paper with a little glue stick. I'm just going to cut out a little square. Then I'm going to glue it on to the little egg. And I'm going to do it on both sides. When I first did this, I didn't know if I was going to string it around the carousel, exactly what I was going to do with it. But at the end, you will see what we do. Are you guys keeping warm this winter? It sounds like everyone outside of Utah has a lot of snow. Okay, now I'm going to take and paint that little top ball purple. Oh, first of all, I took it outside, I'm sorry, and I spray painted it white. And I took 2 coats to put on because I just wanted it a good coverage. And I let the paint get really good and dry, but I didn't show that because I was outside. But anyway, now I'm taking that, now that it's dry, I'm taking painting that ball purple, and I'm going to do the top part of the cup. I'm going to do the bowl, sorry. I'm going to paint it um, pink, paradise pink. And I do 2 coats on all of these because they all need it. So I'm going to do 2 coats on um, all this little carousel. I'm just kind of going really careful around the edge of that ball. And the first coat just doesn't look that good because it's, this, uh, it just needed 2 coats and it didn't cover the white very good, and plus the fact that it's on the plastic, but the white paint on top of, or on the bottom, is a big help. And I let that sit, and when it gets dry, I will paint the whole thing with 2 coats. Then I'm taking some yellow lemon from Folk Art, and I'm going to paint it around the top plate. and I'm going to do the top, and I'm going to do underneath with that yellow. Once you get these the dowels, the E6000 glues on this, it's really quite sturdy. And but like I said, wasn't really sure about it because there wasn't much to glue it on. So I did, when it got dry, I put a little bit of the hot glue around the ends of all of them. And it's is really quite sturdy now. So we're glad about that. Okay, now I got that done and I'm going to paint one of the poles yellow. And again, we'll come back and do another coat on all of these. I'm not going to show it, but that's what we do two coats. And if it needs three, we do three. But I think I only did two coats on this. Then I am going to take, I guess I'm going to paint my all of my poles first. I'm going to do a purple one and a pink one, and then we're going to do a Caribbean blue one. And this purple is petunia purple from Apple Barrel. And then I'm going to do the pink one since I already got the paint and everything out. I'm going to go ahead and do the pink one. Maybe I should have done these while I was painting the pink, but I was afraid I'd smear the paint. I'd get it on my fingers and smear it. So I didn't. Okay, now I am going to take some of that Caribbean blue and I'm going to paint the pole and the bottom plate. I'm looking here and I didn't get all of those poles really straight, so I'd probably use one of those square rulers or whatever to kind of make sure it was a little straighter. But when you get it decorated, it's not that noticeable. I'm just using a flat brush and I'm just going around the top and the bottom of this. Okay, once I get that done, then I did the tuna fish can in purple and the bottom wood in pink. Now I'm gonna just put some polka dots on the pink part of the carousel on our bowl on the top. And I'm just using my paintbrush and just dabbing it on. I got this sped up a little bit so you didn't have to be bored watching it. And you can make this your own. You can make it however you want. I'm just here to give you ideas and you can make it your own. Then I'm going to take some white and I'm going to just tap. I'm just going to take my chip brush and I'm just going to tap around the yellow, the top plate, and then I will tap around the purple on the top, the purple ball, the turple ball. That reminds me, we used to have here in Utah a purple turtle, and it was um, a little Dairy Queen. The food was actually pretty good. Now I'm just taking one of each color and I'm just going to polka dot along the edge of that blue plate with each color, and then I am going to glue my little chocolate bunnies to the carousel poles, and I'm doing each color to each color. If it's got a blue um, bow on it, then or a blue ribbon, then I'm putting it on the blue pole. Now I'm doing these in all different heights because it's a carousel and our little things are going up and down. Now I'm going to just take some flowers and some greenery and glue around the edges of the pole, the bottom edges. There's a little bit of glue marks there and I just kind of wanted to cover it up. Besides, it needed a little decoration there. And I just do that all the way around. I have some pink flowers, some purple flowers, and yellow flowers. And I just kind of mix them so that I don't have to have the same color on the pole as the poles, but it doesn't matter, whatever. And you can skip this altogether if you want, or you can put other kind of decorations on. Okay, then I'm going to take some of this lace ribbon from the dollar store and I'm just going to take it around the top of our carousel. I think if I would have had lace, some regular lace, I would have rather used that because it would have had the scalloped edges, and this doesn't have the scalloped edges, but I glue it on anyway. And because it's straight and stuff, it's kind of not hanging the way I want it to. And I'll show you what we're going to do with that at the end here. Then after I get it glue, I'm going to kind of glue the edge together, and then I'm going to cut the excess off and put some beads along the top of that lace. And then I'm going to take those little teeny tiny Easter eggs and I'm going to put them on. And as what I did is on the poles, I don't think I cut them, but you can cut them. And I cut a little slit in that, and then I glued the eggs to each side of that split so that it wasn't so tight and it kind of had a little, it just laid better. I'm just splitting it, and then I'm putting a glue on one side of the egg and then the other side of the egg to the lace. And here is our finished project. Thank you so very much for popping in and watching today. I appreciate you. Hit that like and subscribe button. And remember, you may be one person in this world, but may mean the world to one person. Never doubt your worth. You are worthy and you are loved. Thank you so, so much for popping in. And I'm going to turn this for you so you can see. It all the way around. Well, thank you and goodbye.